Here, December 10th, 2013. Welcome aboard to another live edition of Fire Your MD Now. You know, it takes the average person, I'm speaking from experience. Took me half my life to figure out life, right? Figure out what's going on, figure out how to make a buck, figure out how to have a healthy, rewarding relationship, figure out how to have downtime, figure out life, figure it out. I don't know anybody in their 20s that's got it figured out. Do you? So what happens? It takes us half of our lives to figure it out, and then by the time we've got it figured out, our bodies fail us. So we got high blood pressure, we're 50 pounds overweight, we have arthritis, we've got a fake hip, or two, or three, we've got bad knees, we've got bad teeth, we've got bad vision, we've got bad respiration, we get winded easily, we've got no sex drive, it's out the window, we've got no energy. Our body starts to fail us, and we look around, and son of a gun, it's happening to everybody all the time. So we think it's normal. It's a new normal. Health mediocrity, brought to you by Bus Driver MD, the hospital industry, the insurance industry, and Big Pharma. Medical mediocrity is the new normal. You look around, everybody's sick all of the time, and you think that's just the way that life is. You know, it's a bitter pill to swallow. Hence the adage, youth is wasted on the young. Well, folks, I've got news for you. You stick around longevity long enough, you're going to see healthy people in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. You're going to see healthy people. And you're also going to see wealthy people. You're going to see people that are growing their budgets to fit their dreams and then growing their dreams a little bit more. Because we have been boonswoggled twice. Number one, the MD is not the undisputed emperor and king of medicine. Your MD only knows what they've been trained in. And what they've been trained in is just one small piece of the pie of medical science. Myth number two, you got to work for the man. You got to have a 40-hour-a-week job. You got to toe the line. You got to lift that barge and tote that bale. That's just the way that it is. You're not Donald Trump. So snap out of it, get on your 9 to 5, and get her done. For most of us, quite frankly, it's more than 9 to 5, isn't it? 9 to 5, that's an easy day, for goodness sake. This is the myths that we have been indoctrinated into our entire lives. Oh, no, don't have a home-based business. Oh, no, don't do one of those crazy pyramid scheme network marketing thingamajiggies. And go to your MD when you're sick. Just bend over and take another drug. Oh, and by the way, give the medical industry hundreds of dollars a month just for the privilege of sometime in the future using their services. These are the myths that are killing us, literally. And I'm not parsing words here. They are killing us. The leading cause of death in the United States, MD-directed medicine. Leading cause of bankruptcy, MD-directed medicine. Banks own everything. How many people do you know actually own their house? How many people do you know actually own their cars? How many people do you know have less than $10,000 of credit card debt? How many people do you know have their student loans paid off or their kids' student loans paid off? Very few, because this is what it's come to here in the good old U.S. of A., and this is why we exist. We stand in direct contradistinction to this nonsense. Guess what? Your body has a God-given ability to fix itself. Your body has intelligence. Your body needs nutrients. You got to fill up your nutritional tank every day. Give your body a fighting chance. Stop eating food that's killing you. Stop eating the 10 bad foods. Become a longevity distributor. Learn network marketing. Lean on people in your upline to teach you how to be a successful longevity owner and join the ranks of the multi-millionaire longevity distributors all around the world. And how did they do it? They did it by opening themselves up, by helping people The only way you can get successful in this business if you help other people to be more successful than you. And that beats a poke in the eye with a sharp stick, especially in the holiday season. I mean, we see all these movies and all this stuff about giving and the holiday spirit, and, well, that's what we do 365 days a year. Longevity is your way out of the matrix. Consider me the red pill. Ladies and gentlemen, it's about time. The tides have turned. He's back. He's with us again. I don't know where he's been all these weeks, but I'm very, very happy to welcome back to the show our favorite Tuesday guest, Mr. Mike Randolph, the Vice President of Leadership with the Longevity Company. Welcome back, Mr. Randolph. Good to have you.
Oh, it's great to be here, Dr. Glidden. How are you?
Well, I'm fighting. I came out with all cylinders today, man. It just really irritates the heck out of me to see people moving through life with physical dis-ease and financial dis-ease, and man, it's standing out in boldface everywhere I go this holiday season. You're in the holiday season, right? You're in the malls, you're out and about more than you normally would be. You're in the public forum a lot more than you normally would be. I'm looking around, man, and everybody's up against it. Everybody is sick and tired and broke, and for goodness sake, that gives me juice to get her done. Give us an update, Mike. It's been a long time since we've spoken. I appreciate you finding time in your very busy schedule to spend with us. Appreciate it very much. Give us an update of the new stuff going on in Longevity.
Well, things have never been better than they are here at Longevity right now. We just came back from our Chula Vista global headquarters there in Southern California, just a little bit south of San Diego, for those of you that are familiar with the Southern California area. We had our annual budget meetings and our annual sales and marketing meeting. And, Longevity right now is really a contrarian company. We continue to grow at a time when people are unsure. We continue to grow at a time when, all the uncertainty that's going on in our country right now, enough people are starting to see the light and come to Longevity to consume products, to come to Longevity to build business, and we continue to grow. We continue to bring great companies into our fold through mergers and acquisitions. And the one thing that we're discovering, Doc, there is hope. There is fantastic people all across this country. Unfortunately, they never make it in the news, but there are good people everywhere. And we are so looking forward to 2014, so much so that our CEO and our president, that would be Steve Wallach and Bill Andreoli, respectively, they've gone out of their tree. You talk about some things an awful lot on this program and how people can change their lives by getting involved with Longevity from an income opportunity standpoint. And for the month of December, they slashed the cost of the CEO Mega Pack, which is the most popular way that people engage in our business. It's $525 worth of Longevity product. That's at the wholesale level, $525 worth of product, which is normally $499.99, is now $399.99. They've taken $100 off. Virtually no impact on the commission side, virtually no impact on the benefit side. Just a huge discount, $525 worth of product for $400. There's not a deeper discount anywhere and isn't cutting the benefits of it. What a Christmas gift for those that are sick and tired of being sick and tired and broke. And if I can say something real quick, I jumped online today because when you started rolling on in your opening monologue, you know what? The hair raised up on the back of my neck, too, and I started to get a little irritated. And I just wanted to take a glance at the U.S. National Debt Clock. And for those of you that don't know what that is, go to usdebtclock.org, usdebtclock.org. That's usdebtclock.org. If you want to get sick, take a look at that. The U.S. total debt right now is over $60 trillion. Just the U.S. national debt, just the government debt, is over $17 trillion. It was single digits just a few years ago. It was less than $4 trillion just a few years ago. It's approaching $18 trillion. And, Doc, I'm not sure what we're going to do about this except realize that we need to start taking care of ourselves. Not only do we need to take our health into our own hands, we need to take our wealth into our own hands.
Well, we need to circle the wagons for sure, and we need to do what works. We need to apply ourselves in an industry which generates results. We need to apply ourselves in the workplace with a business, a home-based business that takes now, for the month of December, $400 to start up. You know, any other business anywhere else in the world where you can apply yourself religiously, go to work, learn how to do your job correctly, excel at your job, and make multiple millions of dollars of income over the course of your life for an initial $400 investment. Is there any place else you can do that?
Doesn't exist, Doc. Does not exist. People are used to spending tens of thousands of dollars at the opportunity of getting themselves a really good job. You think about it. Most franchise opportunities, most people that own their own businesses, all they really do is own a great job. If they're not there grinding it out every day, the money stops flowing. Here at Youngevity, we have a business model so that you can work hard for a few years so that you can really take it easy for a whole lot more years, building a business by bringing extremely good value to the citizens of America and really all around the world.
It's called network marketing, ladies and gentlemen. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I'm not looking for somebody who wants to do this part-time. I'm looking for somebody who wants to do it full-time. Let's take the bull by the horns and generate financial freedom. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden, our special guest, Mike Randolph. Stick around. We'll be back. Yeah. You want to find money for nothing? Don't come to Youngevity because it's called network marketing for a reason. This is not a pipe dream. This is not a pyramid scheme. This is not an overnight let's all get rich quick scheme. What this is a time-tested, true and unique and effective business model. You have to learn how to do the business. You have to become a student of the business. It's not hard. Honest to God, if you can pass the driver's license test, if you're willing to be coached, if you're willing to let people show you the ropes, you will excel if you're willing to work. Most people in Youngevity work sometimes. We're looking for people that want to work part-time or, most appropriately, full-time. And if you apply yourself to Youngevity full-time, well, I've met the people that are multi-million-dollar earners. Ladies and gentlemen, the rewards are epic. You do not know what you're missing. Give it a shout if you're listening to the podcast and want more information. 855-347-3696. That's 855-347-3696 to talk to a living, breathing human being about what we're up to on the health side or the wealth side. And, of course, 24/7 at fireyourmdnow.com. Talking to Mike Randolph, the Vice President of Leadership Development at Youngevity, just informed us that the CEO Mega Pack, the best way to become established in your Youngevity business, is now $399. That's $100 off for the month of December. You get $525 worth of stuff for $400. That beats a poke in the eye with a sharp stick. And also, Youngevity's growing, and what do living, breathing organisms that grow do? They change. They add stuff on. They get bigger. They get better. Rumor has it, Mike, that Youngevity is bringing back the FDI Core financial benefits package. Let's talk about that.
You know what, Doc? We are, and the timing couldn't be better. We're going to relaunch that fantastic line of services after the first of the year. No coincidence that, the number one and number two New Year's resolutions for just about everybody in this country and now around the world is to, eliminate debt or make money. lose weight or get in shape, both of those are covered here at Youngevity. But we have a trifecta of financial services that are available to Youngevity preferred customers, Youngevity distributors, Youngevity business builders. The three products are called Money Tracks, Credit Tracks, and Equity Tracks. They work harmoniously together, Money Tracks being an unlimited financial advice service. Imagine, Doc, being able to get financial advice from someone who's not trying to sell you a product, from someone who has all the accreditations necessary to help you make good financial decisions, and that is going to give you advice that stands on its own merit. Most of us take financial advice from our broke friends, from our broke family members, or from a salesperson that's trying to sell us a financial product. Now, here at Youngevity, you can get financial advice from experts that really want to help you and that will give you advice on its own volition. Also, Credit Tracks. You know, one of the biggest ripoffs in this country today, Doc, are people's credit scores. Credit scores have become the shackles of Americans. And what happens is the credit scoring agencies, it is to their benefit if your scores are low. They make more money if your scores are low. So they don't necessarily do everything within their power to make sure your scores are high. And in some states, credit scores influences your ability to get a job. It influences your utility rates. Obviously, it influences your ability to get loans for vehicles and for home mortgages and things like that. I love the advertising that's going on out there when companies throw out these ultra-low interest rates and then in the fine print say, to well-qualified buyers. Well, you know what? There are no well-qualified buyers. Credit Tracks is a system that will assist you in legally, morally, and ethically getting your scores up as high as possible, right where they need to be. It's a service you can take advantage of, and then there's Credit Tracks. We were talking about debt just a moment ago. Right now, just student loans alone is over $1 trillion. Credit card debt is over $860 billion. The average personal debt right now is $50,726 per person. $50,000 per person.
Somebody's getting rich. Somebody's getting rich, but it's not the average person on the street. The banks are getting rich. The credit unions are getting rich. The people on Wall Street are getting rich. You're sick and tired of it, folks? You want to take a swing back? You want to stand up for yourself and build a financial legacy? Join Youngevity. It's that easy. Don't even think about touching that dial. We're back with Mike Randolph. Stick around. Hey. Welcome back, everybody. Boy, aren't you smart. You tuned in to Fire Your MD now. Hope you're telling all your friends about it. Hope you're telling everybody in your family about it. Hope you're telling everybody in your church about it. That's why we're here. And if you're a Youngevity member, if you're a CEO with Youngevity, and you use this radio show to show people the light of financial and health freedom, then your business will explode. That's why we do this. We're standing up on the hill above the town, waving a flag, saying, hey, if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired and broke, there is another way. Now, Mike, Youngevity, it's been a long time since we've spoken, and there have been a lot of acquisitions that have happened. So tell the listening audience who are the newest members of Youngevity and what we're looking at moving forward.
Well, gosh, since we've spoken last, we have had a company join our ranks called Heritage Makers. And the Heritage Makers is a fantastic group of gals and a few guys in there that are really in the business of making people feel good, putting personalized products together, purses, pictures, taking the technology that we all carry around in our hands, our iPhones, our smartphones, our Google phones, our BlackBerries, and turning them into ways to make meaningful gifts for our family, for ourselves. You can send out Christmas cards, if you like, that are all personalized, create photographs, pictures you can hang on the wall, purses, metal signs, coffee mugs. They're going absolutely crazy. And since joining the Longevity ranks, that particular group and that product line is having the best month ever in their history. I know that November was record-breaking. December is on track to be record-breaking. We couldn't be happier to have Heritage Makers as part of the Longevity family. But we also brought on an organization, a company called Go Foods. Now, Go Foods is an amazing group of folks that have, probably you've heard a lot about, properly dehydrated food that not only lasts and not only has a great shelf life, but the stuff is nutritious too. Now, you know more about this than I do, but from my perspective, kind of a lazy bachelor, I like quick, easy meals. I prefer to go out, but if I'm too lazy to even go out, I love to go to the cupboard, grab something, put it in some boiling water, and have not only something that tastes good, but something that's pretty nutritious at the same time, and that is Go Foods. They have vegetarian products. They have gluten-free products. They have halal certification and kosher certification and everything that you want in your food. Now, there's another company that the press releases just went out not too long ago, a company called Biomedics. They have some very interesting liquid nutrition products that just enhance and go right along with everything else in Dr. Wallach's 90 for Life message and the plethora of products and the hundreds of thousands of people that are now a part of this company we call Longevity. Suffice it to say, throughout 2014, there's going to be more groups, more companies, more advantageous products coming on board. When you start to rise up, Longevity is a fantastic company because we have the vision and the excitement of a brand new company, but we have the stability of a 17-year-old, now publicly traded organization. Believe me, folks, there's nothing funny going on here. Everything has to be reported. If you want to learn more, go to YGYI. That stands for Longevity International. It's also our stock symbol, YGYI.com. You can see all the press releases. You can get information on our stock. You can get information about what's going on inside the coffee division of our company, which we don't even really talk about much. I think now the third or fourth largest coffee concern when it comes to the boutique espressos and all those kinds of things. All kinds of exciting stuff going on here at Longevity, and it's getting only better.
Well, you got to love that. And getting back to the money tracks, the credit tracks, and the equity tracks, I know that at least one of those years ago was your baby. Which one was it? How did you figure it out, and what does it do?
Well, the one that's my baby still is my baby. That is Equity Tracks. It's the debt elimination system. Years ago, I was given the opportunity to work on some programming issues that some friends of mine were having about this great idea they had to help people eliminate their debt. Math never lies. And the math that keeps us in debt is the same math that can get us out of debt. Our creditors don't want us to know how math really works. Our government doesn't really want us to know how math really works. And so we simply expose that, and we give people a track to run on. If you knew spending the same amount of money that you are spending on your debts today, that's your mortgage, your car payments, your credit cards, student loans, whatever things you have with a balance and a payment, if you knew that without changing any of those debts, without refinancing, without getting into deeper debt, if you knew you could pay those things off with the same monthly budget in 1/2 to 1/3 of the time, saving yourself hundreds of thousands of dollars in the process, wouldn't you want to do it?
You're darn right I'd do it. I'd buy that book right now.
Well, that's what Equity Tracks is. And, there's a lot of people that teach the principles, but it can be very confusing. So we've taken all the confusion out of it. We just gather the information from people about the mathematics inside of their debt. We send them a statement every single month that tells them exactly what to do, how much to pay to each creditor, and the only work that you need to do is make sure that the creditors are lowering the balances at the pace they should be, and we will put you on track to be mathematically debt-free. In fact, in our analysis, we'll show you when using just the money you're spending on debt, not only will you be debt-free, but you could be a cash millionaire as well.
Boy, you got to love that. So this is Money Tracks, Credit Tracks, and Equity Tracks. Now, are these sold as a package now to Youngevity members? How does that work?
They're sold as a package right now called the Financial Wellness Pack. We're reorganizing it. We're pulling a few of the features out of the pack, not only to reduce the price, but to make it a little smoother and simpler for folks in Youngevity. Since we are really not a financial services company, we are Youngevity. We are 90 for life. We're repackaging this to pull out some of the ancillary financial services and just strip it down to the very core. Now, we don't have all the pricing finalized. We have to go through some hoops and negotiations, but we will get it all packaged up and relaunched. It's probably going to be in the $50 a month or less range, and people, all they have to do is plug in. Everything else is on autopilot, or kind of like a GPS system, if you like that terminology these days. Autopilot. Nobody knows what autopilot is, but everybody knows what a GPS system is. And we'll give you the path to run on, and it is a beautiful thing.
And I'm assuming there's going to be QV that's associated with that?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. In fact, there will be BV, which is bonus volume or business volume, depending on how you like to term it. There will be qualifying volume, and there will also be the opportunity to take these products and market them outside of Youngevity, the same way that you can retail any of Youngevity's products right now.
So for right around $50 a month, I'm going to be able to help to meet the requirements that I need to meet for my Youngevity rank every month, so that I can get a check from Youngevity for all of the hard work that I've done. And I'm going to be able to save hundreds of thousands of dollars over the course of 5, 10, 15, 20 years in paying back debt. And I'm going to be able to stick it to the banksters for $50 a month. You got to be kidding me, man. I'm all in. Quite frankly, I'd buy something like that for $150 a month. This is just really great. And this is one of the reasons that I love Youngevity so much, not only because of Dr. Wallach's tenacity, not only because of Dr. Wallach's wisdom, not only because of Dr. Wallach's social stand, not only because of Dr. Wallach's research, his clinical experience, and the remarkable products, but because I'm a holistically trained physician. And people who have an eye towards holism have an eye towards holism everywhere in their life. You can't, the sum, the parts, or the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. We don't just exist in a vacuum. We exist in a community. And everybody has financial needs. Everybody has health needs. Everybody has food needs. Everybody has needs to assert themselves and find themselves involved in a community of like-minded people. And every time you turn around, Youngevity rises to the need. Every time you turn around, Youngevity fulfills another need of the whole. Another need of the whole is met by Youngevity. It's not just the health stuff. It's the financial stuff. It's the community stuff. It's food stuff. I mean, it just keeps getting better and better and better. And like Mike Randolph says, numbers don't lie. The reason that Youngevity is successful is because they produce results. The reason that Dr. Wallach is still around practicing medicine, the reason that his company is growing, the reason that more and more and more and more and more and more and more people are using his therapeutics, which support and promote the structure and function of different parts of the body in a holistic way, delivered and developed by licensed physicians and with millions of dollars of federally funded research. The reason is because it works. The reason that people sign up for a Youngevity home-based business is because it works. If you're serious, folks, about making money, if you want to know how to make money, we can show you how. Within 3 months, to be making $1,000 a month. We can show you how to do it. We can plug the numbers in for you. We can tell you the steps. We can hold your hand, and we will help you do it. You know why we're doing this? Well, quite frankly, the way that this is set up, the more money that you make, the more money that I make. So why wouldn't I want to support you in making as much money as you possibly can? This is the opposite. This is the antithesis to corporate America. This is the opposite to how your boss holds you in their mind. Your boss's job is to pay you as little as is possible. Youngevity's job is to pay you as much as possible, because the more that you make, the better it is for the people who brought you into Youngevity. And for goodness sake, that's like never fail fudge. We got about a minute left here in this segment, Mr. Randolph. I want to talk a little bit more when we come back at the end of this segment to finish up the first hour. By the way, folks, we're going to be taking health calls at the top of the second segment. That number, 866-582-9933, 866-582-9933. Give us a shout, and at the top of the hour, I will be answering, hopefully, your health concerns. But, Mike, I want to talk about what you're seeing successful Youngevity groups actually doing on a day-to-day basis in order to grow their Youngevity business. Knowledge is power, ladies and gentlemen. Join us. Let us bring you slowly or quickly into the light of medical nutrition and financial freedom. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden. Stick around. Welcome back, everybody. December 10th, 2013. December 10th, 2013, Tuesday. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden, your friendly neighborhood naturopath, your steadfast advocate for health. Hope you liked the webinar last night. We stepped a little bit outside of the box and did a webinar on yoga from Dr. Glidden's point of view, which is a good point of view. Been intimately involved with the practice and dissemination of yoga here in the United States since the late 1970s. If you missed the webinar, check it out. It's available in the archives for insiders only. FireYourMDNow.com. Click on the button to become an insider, and let the knowledge begin. All right, Mr. Randolph, so you go all around the country all of the time, and you interface with all Youngevity groups all of the time. What are you seeing is the common denominator in the Youngevity groups that are growing and succeeding?
Well, that's a kind of a loaded question, so I need to give our listeners a little bit of a foundation. I want to share a simple principle with everyone. I mean, it's going to make total sense, and that is this. I learned a long time ago, I was taught this, I'm not even sure by whom, but if you want to make $1 million, this gentleman said, just go out, find a way to make $1, and then repeat that 1 million times, and you'll have $1 million. Now, that sounds a little bit ridiculous, but if you think about it, if you could find a way to make $2, you only have to repeat it 500,000 times. If you could make $4, you only have to repeat it, 250,000 times. Here at Youngevity, you can look at ways to make $290. That happens to be easily done with the CEO Mega Pack that we were just talking about a moment ago. You only have to repeat yourself 3,448 times. Now, when I say that, most people say, there's no way I can do something that much. And I say, you're absolutely right. You don't need to actually repeat it those many times. You just need to build an organization and leverage the power of other people. I think it was J. Paul Getty that said, I would rather have 1% of the efforts of 100 people than 100% of my own efforts. That is the basis of network marketing. That is the basis of building a business in Youngevity. Most people are brainwashed into thinking the only way to make money is to trade your time for money. And if you were getting paid $1 an hour, it would take 1 million hours to get that done. I don't even want to think about how long that is. None of us have that kind of time on our hands. So if you understand that the way to reach millionaire status, the way to reach your financial goals and your dreams is by finding a simple system that makes you money and then repeat that over and over and over and over again. See, corporate America has brainwashed us into thinking that we always need to do things differently. We always need to be reinventing the wheel, that the person that makes the most money is the smartest guy in the room. That is absolutely not true. The person who makes the most money is the one who finds something simple and repeats it over and over and over again without having to be the smartest person in the room. So when you look at longevity across the country and you look at the organizations that are growing incredibly fast right now, they're the ones that stick to the basics. They're the ones that don't try to be as smart as Dr. Wallach and Dr. Glidden. Goodness gracious, it took decades for those guys to get as smart as they are. We don't have that kind of time on our hands. So they just leverage the systems that are in place in longevity. They leverage the CEO Mega Pack. They leverage the 90 for Life story. They leverage the 5x5 business building model. They leverage our Are You Next incentives plan. They leverage the Healthy Body Challenge, and they just plug in and repeat the same processes over and over and over again, inviting people to take a look, showing them the opportunity on the health side and on the wealth side, and asking them to join. Now, you repeat that process over and over and over, and you leverage not only your time but other people's time, and you will build a giant, giant business simply by plugging into the system. So the folks that are doing the most are the ones that are stepping back and are letting the system do all the work. They're not trying to get educated on everything. They're, as Tom Chanel puts it, they're a tour guide and a travel agent. That's all they do. They show people where the art is, and then they ask them if they like the art. And if they like the art, they plug them in. If they don't like the art, they let them move on. It's really
you gotta love it,
that simple,
ladies
Doc.
and gentlemen. All you have to do is learn how to point. Mike, sorry we're out of time. It's always a pleasure. I'll look forward to seeing you next week, answering your health questions when we come back, ladies and gentlemen. Stick around.